Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class. It's from Canto 1, Chapter 8, and text 36. This is a lecture given by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada in Mayapur in 1974. We request that you increase the volume on your listening devices. Sometimes the volume here for the recording is low. Thank you very much. Now, without any further ado, we'll start the class. Hare Krishna.
O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities, or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death.
Where is that boy who said that some Nepali boy has come? You told me some new boy has come. Huh? Oh. Sinnanti gayanti ginanti avakshnasa smaranti nandanti tava ihitang jana taeva pasyanti achirena tavakam bhava pravaha uparamang padambujadayam padambujam. So, in the previous verse, it has been explained. Bhavesh means klishanti. This is the problem. Klishanti. Simply laboring and klishanti means suffering. Suffering the hard work. Everyone, klishanti. Everyone is working very hard for maintenance, struggle for existence. Titiya shaktirishat. Karma sangha anya. Titiya shaktirishat. Here, in this material world, you have to work very, very hard, just even for maintenance. And what to speak of sense gratification. This is the position. Bhavesh means klishanti. Bhavesh means klishanti. Avidya kama karma bhi. If you work hard, at least there is some expectation, just like ordinarily a boy takes education, works very hard so that he may be very successful in examination, and then he passes, then he works hard to get a good job, then in the job, in the service, he works very hard so that he may get promotion. So the hard working is going on. You cannot stop. Krishanti. But unfortunately, they do not know the aim of life, why we are working so hard. That is the reason. But generally we are working hard for sense gratification, that's all. Enjoy the senses. That is the whole civilization. So, intelligent person, they should be aware that simply for sense gratification, if we are working so hard, then this is being done by the animals also. Then what is the difference between us and the animal? But they are so mad after sense gratification. Nunang pramattak kuruti, they are prepared to work for some thing which one should, just like stealing or black marketing. And there are so many things. They are working hard. Even a thief, he is risking his life not to work hard, but he is risking his life, especially in the Western countries. The burglars, they risk their life because there the law is that anyone trespassing within your house, even ordinarily, you can kill him, is it not? The law is so hard that even if you enter anyone's gate, anyone's property without permission, he can kill you. Is it not? I am right? Yes. Here in India, we don't take it so seriously. So many people are passing here and there. But in your country, I know that one of our boys went to pick up some flowers in Los Angeles and he was fired. Of course, he did not like to kill him, but the firing was there. So, just see, for sense gratification, the thief taking the risk of his life. Not only working hard, those who are not thieves, they are working very hard to get some money, honestly or dishonestly, and those who are not very honest, to steal. They make so many plans, so many devices to steal at the risk of life. So the life in this material world is not very easy going. Therefore this very word is used. Bhavesh means klishyamanana. Everyone is working very, very hard. But they do not know what is the aim. Why they are working so hard, that they do not. generally, as I have already explained, that a man works very hard to get some money, some good bank balance, so that in old age he can live very peacefully without any disturbance. Of course, that is not possible, because at that time he may have money, but he is full of anxieties. A family man, old man, is always chintamagna. Chintamagna, well, this boy is not well situated, that boy has not educated, his education is not yet finished, and that girl has lost his husband, husbands are rejected. Where is the peace? There cannot be peace. Krishanti, again, he tries to adjust that boy, that girl, that grandchildren, that going on. Therefore, Shankaracharya, he has said, Balastavat kriyasakt. The children, they are very working hard for playing. They are also getting perspiration, but they are taking pleasure in jumping and this way and that way. The balastavat kriyasakta. And Jubak, what is the other name of Jubak? Yes. What is the Sanskrit name? Jubak tavat juvati rakt. That young men, they are busy working very hard. Where is woman? Where is woman? Where is that girl? Where is that girl? He is also busy. The boy is busy, and the young man, he is also busy, love affairs, to find out a suitable mate. And similarly, Jubakastavat Jyoti Rakta. And after young life, when one becomes old, Vriddhastavat Chintamagna. The old man is full of anxiety, absorbed in thought, how to do it, how to do that. It is not. In this way, everyone is busy. Parame Brahmani kopi na lagna. Nobody is interested in Krishna consciousness. This is the difficulty. That they do not know. This human life, we are working so hard, just like we have taken this Krishna consciousness movement, we are also working very, very hard to collect money and to construct temple and to educate people. This is also working hard. But we have got an aim. It is not without aim. Theoretically or practically, we have accepted it that if we can please Krishna, then our future is hope. We have got some hope. But what these people have got hope, these karmis, they have no hope. Simply wild goat chasing, that's all. They do not know what is the aim of life. Nati vidu sarthagating hi Vishnu. They do not know the real aim of life is to satisfy Vishnu. Sarthagating. Jagga, the Varnashram dharma, when Ramananda Rai was asked by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is the actual aim of life for which one should work? So immediately Ramananda Rai quoted one verse from Vishnu Puran that Varnashramacharvata purushena parapuman Vishnu aradhate pungsang nanna tattoshu karano. The aim is to satisfy Vishnu. We should always remember this fact, that we are eternally servant, part and parcel of Krishna or Vishnu. As I have given many times, the example. There are so many parts of the body, but what are they meant for? To satisfy the belly. You are walking, you are catching, you are thinking, you are doing so many things. What is the aim? The aim is satisfy the stomach. You cook, you earn hard money, and then you purchase goods and cook nicely and put it into the stomach. Is it not? So that there is a story in the Hitopadesh. Udarendriyanam. Udar means this belly, abdomen, and Indriya means senses. Udarendriyanam. What is that? All the different parts of the body, hands, legs, fingers, and everyone, they held a meeting that we are working day and night, and this rascal abdomen is sitting down and eating. He is doing nothing. We are collecting everything and putting into the stomach, and he is eating, sitting. So, strike, we shall not work. So strike, Udar said, all right, you strike, what can I do? I cannot work. You can strike. So they did not work. Did not work means there was no food given to the stomach, gradually they became weak. The indriyas, the different parts of the body, they became weak, because if you cannot eat, naturally you shall eat. Then again next meeting they held that what is this? Why you are becoming weak? Then they decided that the stomach must be given, sir, or you have to work. This is our position. Krishna is Bhokta, and we are parts and parcel of Krishna. That means we have to work for Krishna. This is a fact. If you don't work for Krishna, then you will starve. That is the position. But these rascals, they do not know. Nati vidu sarthagating hi Vishnu, exactly in the same way. As these rascal, different parts of the body, limbs, they did not know that without satisfying the stomach, we shall die. Similarly, these rascals, these karmis, those who have come to this material world, they do not know that without Krishna consciousness, without satisfying Krishna, they will simply starve, struggle for existence. Klishanti, simply their labor will be frustrated. That is the philosophy. Therefore, bhavesh means klishanti, krishamanana, simply wasting time, without knowing what is the aim. The aim of life is you have to satisfy Krishna. We have repeatedly that therefore Krishna says nothing, that this is the most confidence and knowledge, Arjuna, I am giving you. I have spoken to you Bhagavad Gita in so many details, but because you are my intimate dear friend, I give you the most confidential knowledge. Guhyatamam, this word is used. What is that? Surrender. That's all. Sarvadharman parityajyama. This is the most confidence. Simply surrender and do what I say. That is the fact. If we act as Krishna says, then we shall be very, very happy. There is no doubt about it. And if we do not act, then we shall suffer. This is fact. There is no question about it. Just like I have several times told you, Krishna says, Pajjannat anna sambhava, annat bhavanti bhutani, bhavanti, meaning you flourish, you become healthy, your mind becomes sound, your brain becomes sound if you eat properly. naturally, just like the stomach must be satisfied. If the stomach is satisfied, you get the energy immediately. Different energy is produced, different secretion is produced, and one secretion is sent to the heart, one secretion. That is medical science. And then it is turned into blood, then there are different veins, they are distributed all over. This big machine is going on, big factory. Simply you have to give the raw materials to the factory and things will come out. So, similarly, you have to satisfy Krishna, but we do not know that. Durasaya Bahirarthamanina. These rascals, they are thinking that without Krishna consciousness, without satisfying Krishna, we shall adjust by this material advancement. That is durasaya. Everything has been discussed. It will never be possible, sir. If you don't take to Krishna consciousness, this is your wrong idea that you will be able, durasaya, that's what this very word is used, durasaya. Asaya means hope. So, this is a wrong hope. You cannot. Exactly the same example. If they combine together all the senses, they pass resolution not to give any food to the stomach, and we shall be easier not to work so hard. But that is durasaya. That is not possible. You are hoping wrongly. That is not possible. So durasayaji nati vidu sarthakating hi Vishnu durasayaji vahirathamanina. Then why people are leading in that way? There's so many political leaders, social leaders, nobody speaks of Krishna. They are simply making plan. This party, the Communist Party is making one plan, the other party is making plan, other party. But the world is suffering. So, therefore, they have been described in the Shastra, andha. Andha means blind, rascal. They do not know actually, they have no knowledge that without Krishna consciousness, the human society can be happy. That is not possible. They do not know this. But by Krishna's grace, by our Guru Parampara's grace, we understand, we people who are conducting this Krishna consciousness movement, that without being Krishna conscious, nobody will be happy. Therefore our struggle is different. We are trying to make the people actually happy. Sarve sukhino bhavantu. Everyone become happy. Otherwise, what is the use of collecting so much money and constructing such big building and inviting them, please come here, we have got nice room and you shall get food without any hard work. Why you are? Still they will not come. Still they will not come. Now in this village, we have got such a nice building, I invite you, come here, but still, how many are coming? So, therefore, it has been used, klisamananam, these rascals and fools must suffer. Must suffer. There is no other way. Klisamananam. The next step, it is said that the bhavapravaha uparamam. The next verse. What is that? Sinnanti gayanti. This is the process. Sinnanti. Simply sit down. You haven't got to work very hard. Sinnanti. Sthane sthita sutigatang tanuvang manovi. You don't require to change your position. You simply hear. Therefore this very word is used in the beginning. What is that? Sinnanti. Sinnanti means hears. Simply hear. And gayanti. So, just like we say, Hare Krishna, and all repeat Hare Krishna, gayanti. Sinnanti, first of all hear. Hare Krishna. The leading singer, he says Hare Krishna and we repeat Hare Krishna. The Sinnanti, Gayanti. Very simple method. Sinnanti, Gayanti, Gnanti, and takes it very seriously. Accept, yes, this principle will alleviate all my sufferings. Serious. Sinnanti, Gayanti, Gnanti, Aviksnasa. Aviksnasa means continuously. Not that for some days I do and then again I go to my own habits. No. Aviksnasa, continually. Smaranti, and if you take it, then naturally you will think of Krishna. Smaranti, Nandanti, and then gradually you will be pleased, you will feel pleasure. Otherwise, hackney, how you can continue? From early in the morning you are chanting, unless you feel some pleasure, how you can do it? Artificially it is not possible. Nandanti. And what is the subject matter? Tava hitam. Simply glorifying the activities of Krishna. Just like we sing, Udila Aruna Purava Bhage, Dijamani Gora Amani Jag. This is our subject matter of singing. What is this? The activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That as soon as there is early rise of the sun, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately started his Nagar Sankirtan. Not of any other, Sri Chaitanya. Tavaye hitam. Simply, the subject matter must be there. If I hear, the subject matter must be there. The subject matter is Krishna's activities. Chaitanya and Krishna is not different. So, Tave hitang jana, jana, public, if they do it, then saeva pasyanti, such person, what will be the result? By this sinnanti, gayanti, ginanti, aviksnasa, by this process, what will be the result? The result will be saeva, taeva pasyanti. They will be able to see you. Simple by this process. Has anybody seen Krishna? Krishna cannot be seen. Atha Sri Krishna namadi na bhavid grahyam indriyai. There are so many people there ask, where is God? Can you show me God? That means people in general, they cannot see God. That is not possible. Because with these eyes, these senses, we cannot understand. We cannot understand even why they are chanting. Just like yesterday this man was asking, why this chanting? Because blunt senses, they cannot understand what is the meaning of chanting and why chanting. Atha Sri Krishna namadi na bhavet grahyam indriyai. It is not possible. But sevan mukhehi jivhado sameva spuratada. When we take to the service spirit, here we are training people how to render service. Then gradually you will be able to understand what is this name of Krishna, what is the form of Krishna, what is the activities of Krishna. That is explained here. If you follow this process, sinnanti, gayanti, ginanti, aviksnasa, smaranti, nandanti, then taiva pasyanti. When achirena, very soon. Not that after millions of years. No. Achirena, immediately. if he is actually serious, if he has no offense, then achirena, sinnan, achirena, taiva pasyanti achirena tabakam, your, what is that? Your padambujam, you can see your lotus feet. Athapite deva padambujadayam prasadaleshanugrihita eva hi janati tattam. Padambujadayam prasadaleshan, if one can see, nahang prakasa sarvasya jugumaya, nobody can see. But if one is fortunate, if he can see, that is possible by this process, sinnanti gayan, that is possible. Then what will be the result? The result is bhava pravaha uparamam. Finish this business. What is that business? Working hard day and night without any aim of life. This will be finished. As soon as one is able to see the padambujam, lotus feet of Krishna, then immediately bhava pravaham. So who can see unless he is advanced spiritually? First of all, everyone is under the impression there is no God. And another way of denying God, yes, there is God, but he has no form. He has no head, he has no tail, he has no leg, he has no. It is another way of denying God. Definition and negation. One says directly there is no God, and another man says, yes, there is God, but he has no leg, he has no hand, he has no mouth, he has no this, he has no this. Then where is God? It is another way of denying God. This Mahabharata philosophy, what is that, crows? No. So, here, the devotees, they are not impersonalists. They first of all see the lotus feet of Krishna. Not that no hand, no leg, no head. That means there is Upanishad, the Brahma Samaj, Rabindranath Tagore. So he addresses, Ohe Tumi, no, Ohe Tumi. Who is that Ohe? They do not know. Ohe, impersonalist. Ohe Tumi. In the Brahma Samaj, they pray Ohe. Ohe, why Ohe? If you know God, then you address him by his name, just like we say, Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu. We know what is God. We don't say, oh hey, why do you? We know, Hey Krishna, directly address Krishna. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Deenabandhu, Jagatpate. So that is the benefit of the devotee. By this process, sinnanti, gayanti, ginanti, you immediately, achirena, very soon, the more you are sincere, you will be able to see, first of all, the lotus feet of the Lord. Padambujam, the lotus feet of the Lord, you will be able to see. And that is the way of seeing. First of all, you have to see the lotus feet, then gradually the thighs, then at last the beautiful face. Therefore, the Srimad Bhagavatam, the first canto, second canto are two lotus feet of the Lord. We have to read very carefully because you have to see first of all Padambuja. Don't go all of a sudden to see the face of the Lord. Just like this Sahajasdi. Their reading of Bhagavad means Raslila. Raslila is the smiling of Krishna, where Krishna is personally enjoying. Very sweet smiling. So you don't try to see the smiling of Krishna immediately. First of all, try to see the lotus feet of Krishna, Padambujam. Then gradually rise. When you are accustomed to see, as soon as you close your eyes, immediately see Krishna's Lord, then you go further, go further, go further, go further. And that is Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second canto, third canto, fourth canto. In this way you have to go to the 10th canto. Then 10th canto means the head, and then the 10th canto, the chapters, 29 to 35 chapter, that is smiling. Don't try to see Krishna smiling immediately. Then you will be baffled. It requires qualification and it requires time. But if Krishna is pleased, he can show his pleasure. Smiling immediately. That is a special favor. But the general way is to see, first of all, the lotus feet of Krishna and make your endeavor perfectly done by this. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Sinnanti Gayanti. This is the process. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. So this is another wonderful lecture by Srila Prabhupada on the Lord. So many points have been given here, and the Lord, Srila Prabhupada has given so many important points, so we can actually have a better understanding of Krishna by the process that's given. Shivanti, Gayanti went through all of that and explained one by one what they meant and how they connect together. So this is the time to unmute yourself if you want to participate by sharing some realizations from it, or asking questions, or connecting dots and coming up with, some points which include your takeaways and so on, as you like. So you can unmute yourself now and share your realizations or ask questions as you will please. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, all gracious Srila Prabhupada.
God, Srila Prabhupada.
In the beginning of Prabhupada's lecture, I was listening to it while driving back from the temple, and Prabhupada was stressing the point of working hard, in this material world of sense gratification, how people are working so hard and not getting anywhere, actually, because the harder they work, the harder they have to work. And it's not, people think that, if we work hard, at some point in our lives, we're going to work less. No. Actually, the harder we work, the harder we have to work. And the harder we have to work, then the harder we end up working all our lives. So there's no end to it. Because in the material world, the harder we work, which leads to more hard work, working hard, is just, misery and temporary happiness. It's very flinching, chanchal, it's very flinching. So it just, it just comes and goes. So then, I was just realizing how Srila Prabhupada is really reminding us that in the material world, the more we work harder, the more we're going to end up working harder and harder and harder, and there's no end to it. There's literally no end to it, which is complete misery. I mean, if you were to ask anybody in the material world who's working hard and harder and harder and harder, if they're happy, and they'll say, no, they're tired, they're exhausted, they're worn out, stressed out, all kinds of stuff, because that's just the material world. And it's really sad, sometimes it's, when Srila Prabhupada was mentioning in the beginning part of the class, I was thinking, wow, that is really, really sad, how, people are working harder, thinking that working hard is going to make it easy, but it's going to make it more tough. And they just think that is happiness when it's not. It's really, really sad. Just wanted to share that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, hard work, unfortunately, has become part of, it is actually part of life here. Mhm. It's easy life in the spiritual world. Even in service in the spiritual world, it's easy life. But here, things are available, but you have to work hard for it. Even to be able to eat, you have to grow things. And that is hard work. Over and over and over and over again. Anyone who has, even in this, if we take this country as an example, so many things have been built. So many roads are there. So many big buildings are there. Every one of them is a representation of the hard work the people have actually put in. They tried to have the machines help out in some ways, yes, but still, we have to work hard. And yesterday, literally on the conversation I was having with one of the devotees, we were mentioning some realizations connected with this. That it used to be that before computers became very much a part of everything that we do in the advanced countries, as they called, you can work hard and at some point you get a vacation. But some of those people who are working and much of the work is being done on the computer, they can't even take total distinct vacations anymore. The business requires that you still keep up your part of the work. Even if you say you're traveling, they say, yeah, but you take your computer with you. So basically you go some other place thinking it's supposed to be vacation time or time off, but you're still with your computer and still doing the work. So is there a break? No. The computer has come to, and we were talking about it. The computer does so many things. Oh, so it's supposed to relieve our lives now. But how now the computer has stolen away our vacation? It's not a computer itself, but the fact that it is there now, the greedy employers are insisting that we take our work to the vacation also, vacation places that we're going. So this is what has happened. So it's going to get worse. The conclusion there is that the more we get advanced, the more advanced things come in, the more our time is going to be encroached on, the more our energy is going to be encroached on. The more the electronics can do, the more work that's going to be dumped on us. So it's going to be even a harder struggle. Mm? That's why Srila Prabhupada says, get out and do simple living. Mm? And we feel like we're stuck in the cities. But actually, just like we're speaking now on this program called Zoom, we also can think about other things that's happened and come up with a solution to get out of the cities and simplify our lives. And I would like to humbly suggest that one of the ways to get started is for those who actually work remotely, that don't have to be a particular building. They're the ones that should be the first people to consider moving out of the cities, because they're not going to lose their jobs. They still can connect with wherever they're working with, whatever job that they have while they are outside the cities. And the whole point about being outside the cities is be able to live in a more the goodness setting, because that's how the cities are passion and ignorance. More the goodness, and our minds will be better. We're better situated. Those of us that have lived in a village situation before, like myself, I lived in Giranagri, and although I was going to university to teach, they wanted me to stay there in that town, and I said no, even though it was an hour and 5 minutes away one way. But every time I came back to Giranagri, the mood was so nice. From passion and ignorance, as soon as I turned into the property at the Giranagri Dam, it is all, you see the cows immediately. It was a wonderful change to goodness, because that's the atmosphere of goodness. And then, of course, even transcendence, because it's a spiritual dam. So when we move out into those places, it doesn't have to be too far away from the city. Maybe 15, 20 minutes away, because we don't have facilities for medical care and so on. So then we should be close enough to those kind of things, but still away. Once you go 15 minutes or more to a different land outside the city, you're already in the mode of goodness, already. So I know this is outside of this, but I would like to humbly put it out that those who are working remote should be the first ones to consider teaming together and putting some funds together and getting land and going outside. And then they can get help. And that's when you get the cows, and that's when you get your milk, and that's when you get the simple living coming into fruition. Any other takeaways or connections to this?
Another point that I wanted to share is Prabhupada was mentioning a very nice point about working hard, but in the material world against working hard for Krishna. You know, it was such a powerful point where Srila Prabhupada was sharing how we can actually use that same energy of working hard in the material world and working hard for Krishna. So I was just realizing how sometimes, you know, as devotees also, you know, we work so hard. I think I was hearing one of the feedback from Jit Mitra's class that he gave on Sunday, where he was sharing, you know, that when he was young, his father told him, work hard. You have to work hard to achieve, which he did. Then high school, work hard and you will achieve, which he did. Then college, work hard and you will achieve, which he did. And then he worked so hard through, you know, grade school, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, master's degree. But once he got to work, the boss said, you got to work hard. So it's like we are dogs, we are donkeys, you know, in the material world, we have to work hard like donkeys. But then Prabhupada was saying how we can use that same energy to work hard. And we don't realize that. We work hard so much in the material world that when it comes to Krishna consciousness, devotional service, we don't want to work hard. And here Srila Prabhupada is saying, no, we have to work hard because that's what pleases Krishna. But sometimes we have the consciousness that, you know, we work hard in the material world, so we don't have to work that much hard for Krishna. You know, we just take it easy. But here Srila Prabhupada is saying that we have to work hard for Krishna because that's what pleases the Lord. So it comes down to the point is, if we want to please Krishna, then we have to serve him more and more and more and more, as opposed to the consciousness of I work hard for my material world, but when it comes to service for Krishna, I can take it easy. And this is not what, and from this lecture, at least I can see that that's not what Prabhupada is saying. Prabhupada is saying is, you know, we should be working even more in Krishna's service, serving more in Krishna's service. In fact, we should be doing more than what we do in the material world, because that's what pleases the Lord. So that was a very nice reminder, from Srila Prabhupada, the importance of increasing and working hard in service for the Lord. So yeah, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for your comments. Well taken comments, very much connected with what Srila Prabhupada was saying. Any other devotee who would like to join by sharing? Unmute yourself and also, ask questions if you want to, or share. And while the devotees are thinking about that, some of my takeaways, as Srila Prabhupada mentioned quite a few Sanskrit words and also defined them, because actually it was later on, it was obvious where he was going with this, but it was later that, first he said about suffering in this world, which I'm sure I'm going to just talk so much more about it. Krishanti means suffering. Everybody was working hard just for maintenance. That's the way here in this material world. Student working hard to pass exams, and then they're working hard on a job too, just to get promotion. And he says, what's the reason? Well, people are working hard for sense gratification. Atakam, economic development, that's our working hard. And why? For sense gratification. But then he made the analogy, but the animals also work hard for sense gratification. So if working hard is just for sense gratification, then what's the difference between the way animals live and the way we live? Just a more sophisticated way of the same thing. Even thieves risk their lives to steal. And then he remembered in America, where people, some of the devotees confirmed it, that if you trespass on somebody's property, they can shoot you. He says India is not taken so seriously, but here they can. In fact, it is allowed when you trespass on somebody's So everybody's working hard, they don't know why. Hmm? Even a person can work hard to save money for a comfortable future, but that time comes and he's still full of anxieties. And boy, do we not know about it. Some of us that are now retired and got to that point, you see what your body is talking about. It is so true. If you haven't gotten to the retirement area, then you think it's okay. No, it's not. But everybody that's working hard says, "Oh, I've saved some money, and then I'm going to retire, and then life will be easy." Well, first time your body starts breaking down. So what's so wonderful about that? Hmm? Even if you become rich, you still can't enjoy sense gratification. When you're younger, you're working so hard. When you're older, you think, "Oh, I have now I'll get more time to do what I want to do." And your body decides, "No, you're not doing what you want to do because I'm not going to cooperate with you. I'm old." That's the problem. Hmm? So young man is struggling to find a suitable younger, all of this, some struggle, everything. And then, as Ansia talked about, in Krishna consciousness, we're also working hard, building temples, educating people, distributing books. But we are working hard to try to please Krishna. Hmm? So we quote one example where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Ramananda Rai about the aim of life. And he replied by a quotation that connects to Varnashram. But the Varnashram system is there in order to satisfy Vishnu. Hmm? People don't realize that the aim of life is to serve Vishnu. So then he gave a story about the parts of the body that decided that the stomach was enjoying at the expense of their hard work, the legs, the hands, all of that. They had a meeting and decided, no, we're not going to give food stuff to the stomach anymore. So they went on strike. And the stomach said, what can I do? I can't work. Where I'm situated in the body, I can't work. But the hands and the legs, they all went on strike. And then gradually they became weaker and weaker and weaker because they were not satisfying the stomach. So then they had they had another meeting and decided we are all feeling weak, so I think we should resume satisfying the stomach. So likewise, in this story, Sri Prabhupada says we have to serve Krishna in order to be satisfied. We will never be satisfied unless we serve Krishna, just like the hands and the legs. And so they found out that without satisfying the stomach, that they themselves will remain weak and get weaker and weaker. So that's life. We serve Krishna or we become weaker and we become more unhappy. How? Just surrender. Just surrender and do what Krishna says. Then he went to describe more things in Sanskrit. So first he talked about Krishanti, the suffering part. And then he followed up with another one, Durasaya. Durasaya means thinking that we can rely on our machines and live without God. Durasaya means it is not possible to live without satisfying Vishnu or Krishna. Without Krishna consciousness, the human society cannot be happy. So the Krishna consciousness movement is trying to actually make people happy. We set up different properties, temples, and we want people to join the movement, but they don't want to. So unfortunately, they must suffer. But if they come to the temple, sit down, hear, that's Shivanti, and then repeat, Gayanti. And Abhishnasa means do it continuously. And from that, we get Smaranti. Smaranti means we will be pleased gradually. The result is we'll be able to see the Lord. So we have to come, we have to sit down, we have to hear, and then repeat Gayanti. The person chants Hare Krishna, we repeat Hare Krishna. And it is like that in the temple now. We have one lead singer, and whatever the lead singer sings, everybody repeats. Like that, Gayanti. So the end result is we'll be able to see the lotus feet of the Lord. So when we render service to Krishna, we will be able to eventually understand the name of Krishna, the form of Krishna, paraphernalia of Krishna. We follow the process. Srila Prabhupada gave a very important point. We follow the process of Krishna consciousness and are serious. First, we have to be serious and also not offensive. You have to know what the offenses are and avoid them. Then immediately we'll see Krishna's lotus feet. And some people, he now mentioned, every time he goes to the other people who are kind of misplaced in their thinking, and then he tries to help them. So some people are saying there's no God. And some others too, like Mahabharats, are saying there's God, but he has no form. But by the process described in the Simanti Gayanti, etc., we will be able to see lotus feet of Krishna. Lotus feet means he has form. And then he linked it to the Srimad Bhagavatam. First and second canto are the feet of the Lord. Then we slowly go forward until we get to the 10th canto to see his smiling face. So Srimad Bhagavatam should be taken first and second canto, where we are servants at the lotus feet of the Lord. You see the Lord's feet. A lot of things are described in this first two cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. And we do have that, in the mornings, as you well know. We are in the second canto still. So we are the lotus feet, and much is being told to us now. From Maharaj Parikshit's questions to Shukadeva Goswami. Then, one point Srila Prabhupada made that I also took as a takeaway is sometimes Krishna may give special favor to a person by showing his face. That person must be a sincere devotee. Sometimes, and this has happened, some devotees, it happened in life, and, they may talk about it only to people that they are very close to or can share things in confidence. But sometimes that situation happens. I know of a devotee that talked about seeing Krishna and Balaram in a dream. I know others that have had visions where they've been taken to the spiritual world. And I know one person that was taken there, even though it's starting off, taken there twice. Then the heavenly planet, then the hellish planet. So all these things that we talked about, it was shown for real. So these things, when we hear the scriptures, it's not fantasy. It is actually very, very, very real. It is the material world that's a dreamlike state, thinking that we're going to be happy here by working hard, but we're an illusion. All the way up to the older people who also tell you, be around an old person, pain here and pain there, and having this pain. Even if they have money, there's so much pain. They're not happy. They're not happy. The money just pays the medical bills. And they themselves just go through one pain situation after another, and then there's death. So Krishna consciousness is the solution. Then we don't have to die again. This body will be the last one we can go back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Any other points that anyone wants to add to? Because I didn't say everything, but there's some more points still. If you feel like you can unmute yourself. If not, then thank you very much. We are at the hour, 9 o'clock. Thank you for coming, and have a nice rest of your week in Krishna consciousness. Again, I'd like to remind the devotees here in Harrisburg that tomorrow, Thursday, His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami is going to be at the temple, the Harrisburg temple. We'll have a program for him. He is senior devotee, Srila Prabhupada disciple, and is a spiritual master, sannyasi from South Africa. And he has GBC, he's also a GBC, governing body commissioner. And so, and his singing and his, last time I heard, it was wonderful. He really sings from the heart. And hopefully he'll lead some kirtan here when he comes, but it's totally up to him. But it was nice to hear His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami tomorrow. Tomorrow. And then on Saturday, we'll have the kirtan, 12-hour kirtan from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And please adjust your week to free up the time on Saturday to come. Wherever you tend to go for a little bit of a break with your family, just send them and yourself, come to the temple, and from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., We will have a blast. Krishna consciousness, wonderful bhajan and kirtan of the holy name. So we can fill our hearts with Krishna consciousness that way. Hare Krishna. There will be lunch served and also dinner served. Dinner prasadam, lunch prasadam. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sundibhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Someone. Hare Krishna. Glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.